What's up, guys? This is In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin, and today I've got a very dear friend of mine and somebody that you guys all already know. He has an explosive, creative, unique fighting style. Ode, the Jamaican sensation, Osbourne. What's up, my guy?
Wagwan. First off, you're making my head really big. I love it.
Just speaking facts, that's all.
Appreciate you, Destiny.
Thank you so much for being here. I know you just had a long day of training, so
good.
I appreciate you taking the time. It really means the world to me. I've been wanting to have you on for a long time.
I know, and I've been meaning to come on for the longest time. It's like, oh man, it's bound to happen. So
Yes.
I'm like, you know what? We just got to set a date and do it.
I know, and look how it all worked out. My producer is your old producer. Like you said, look what God is doing.
Look at
So
God,
I love
man.
it. Full circle moment for us all.
Yes.
You got a lot going on, obviously. Talk to me a bit about how everything's going. How's training? You don't have anything in the works right now as far as a fight, right?
No, nothing's in the work. I'm hoping to be one of the first fighters on the new Paramount card. So that would
Nice.
be incredible. And the UFC, you know what? The UFC has been putting me on some really great shows. They
Yeah.
put me on some great shows. So I'm blessed. You know, I get to fight on some great cards. I got to fight on the Sphere. Got to fight in
Yes,
Madison
you
Square Garden.
did.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that, you know, they're saving me because I wanted to get a fight here in December and end out the year. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm training maybe to hop in a last minute,
Just in case.
situation.
Good for you.
So I'm hoping they're saving me for Paramount. But I feel like any day now,
Yeah.
Jason's about to hit me up like, yo,
Yeah.
get ready.
You can feel it.
Well,
huh?
yeah, I
You
can feel
that
it.
little
Yeah, I've been
energy.
training too, man.
Yeah,
So
good. Just staying ready.
Jason's gonna be like, yo, strap up. All right.
Off the bench. Let's go.
go.
I love it. Do you have a date for the Paramount card? I'm sorry if I don't.
No,
know
the
it.
Paramount is gonna kick in January.
Okay.
So as of, thank goodness, because honestly, I think ESPN Plus is trash when it comes to streaming the fights. Sometimes you have good fights where you don't get any interruptions, but other times it's like it stops, it glitches, it freezes.
Does. You're right. Now
the-
that you say that, you're right.
Oh, and I can't.
It shouldn't.
No.
It shouldn't. ESPN, come on. Get
it together.
Yeah. It's 2025.
Right.
Almost 2026.
Yeah, but what's
Jesus.
great is no more pay-per-views, which is gonna be amazing. We don't have to pay for pay-per-views anymore.
Right.
They're all free on Paramount. So, I shouldn't say they're all free. There's
You're
gonna be
paying for-
no more pay-per-views. You gotta just pay the membership, which I think is what? I don't know.
But you think it's gonna go up? It's obviously gonna go up, right? Once they do the transition over, because
The
the
pay-per-views?
Paramount
Paramount?
membership.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think it's,
okay.
yeah.
And it's Paramount Plus, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, Paramount made a deal with UFC for $7.7 billion. So I think that warrants no more pay-per-views.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that says
billion.
Yes.
Billion with a B, y'all.
$7.7 billion deal.
Jeez, dude.
So the answer is no. The prices aren't gonna go up, and well, as far as I know.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
no more pay-per-views.
That's so nice.
So that should hold UFC
So
over for a little bit.
Does that take money? Does that take money out of fighters' pockets though? Because of pay-per-view money?
No. I
don't really know how that works.
Well, I don't think anybody knows how it works. But if anything, we should get an increase. I know Dana White said something about increasing bonuses. So bonuses are going to go up.
Oh, nice.
I believe, and again, guys, don't quote me.
Yes.
But I believe it's going from 50 to 100,000 is what I heard.
That's beautiful.
And over time, I do believe fighters are gonna start off with more pay, and the money is gonna go
Good.
around to
Yeah.
where we get more paid. And people will say, well, NFL players make stupid amounts of money. Football, basketball players make stupid amounts of money.
Right.
But the UFC hasn't been around as long as the NFL or NBA
Or boxing.
You're
right.
And so
That's a really good point to make.
Exactly. And so we just got the biggest deal in sports history. But if you think about it, NFL and NBA have been getting Paramount type deals for years.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
we had I think we're at 50 something Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
This next one or something.
So
yeah.
they've been getting those deals for years. So I think now, hopefully, the money will circulate into the fighter pay and
Yeah.
just making everybody happy. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be great for our sports, and I believe the UFC is the greatest sports organization. Here's why. If you go to any country and you ask about any NBA or football player, they'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But if you mention UFC, they know, everybody knows who Conor McGregor is. Everybody knows who Izzy is. Everybody knows who everyone in every country knows those names.
Right. You're right.
But it's not the same with all different sports.
It's a global sport
It is
rather
global.
than like NFL is an American thing, you know? Yeah, totally.
And it's the greatest to launch a business out of. It's the greatest platform, in my opinion, to launch a business because it's so global, you know?
Yeah.
So whatever idea you come up with and you utilize that platform, you're not just marketing to your typical American audiences, you're marketing to the world, essentially. Like the UFC is your billboard.
Right. Yeah, that's so true. I love that you touched on, running it back a little bit, I love that you touched though on the money thing, because I think that, you know, that fact that you made, how UFC hasn't been around as long. Like I said, like Super Bowl 50 something is coming up, and you know, at UFC kind of got big in like, I think it was like 95. So that's like 20 something years they got on them, you know? So yeah, I'm glad that you touched on that, because I think a lot of people, especially people on the outside, fans, kind of talk down on the UFC with pay and stuff like that, you know, because it's just what they read. They don't really know and stuff. And I agree. These fighters do deserve more money.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
So it's great that that's going to happen, you know, but that's a big fact to look at is, they have not been around that long.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
And I think every sport probably started off the same way. NFL and NBA players didn't start out making millions.
Right.
You know what I mean? They had to start somewhere. My friend Eric Koch from Milwaukee, I believe he told me when he first got signed to the UFC, I want to say his was like 2-2 or 4-4 was his first pay. And I'm just like, wow.
That's crazy, huh? What was yours, if you don't mind?
No, I don't care. Yeah, 10-10 from Contender Series. So when I was out of Contender Series, and
that was back in 19, right? 2019.
Yes, every athlete off of Contender Series starts off with 10-10. Now, if you're picked up outside of Contender Series, then it's 12-12.
Okay.
Because the contracts are different.
Oh, okay.
There's your regular UFC 12-12 contract, and then there's the contract from Contender Series. So you get your 10-10 Contender Series contract.
Okay.
But I'm hoping the starting contract will go up. Because from the Paramount deal. That's what I'm hoping, at least, you know. I mean, but
sorry, they gotta be seeing something with it to go and put $8 billion out. You know, they gotta be seeing like, okay, we're Dana's a smart man.
He is. Dana is a very smart man. I don't know if anybody could have taken the UFC and done what he did today. And you know, with me, I knew coming in that the goal wasn't to make money off the bat. Because if that's the goal, it's going to be rough for you.
Absolutely.
The goal is to win fights, build your career, and get to your second or third contract, you know.
Good for you.
Because I remember thinking, man, I got signed right before COVID, and I fought in the same card with Conor. And I opened up on the main card, and I remember losing my first fight, and I made $10,000.
You opened up the main card. That's really cool.
I made $10,000 that whole year because I only got to fight once because then COVID happened. Yeah, but luckily I was an assistant teacher, and so you know I was getting a little something on the side to hold me over. But I knew that I wasn't going to make a lot of money my first year. You sign the dotted line knowing what you know what I'm saying. You read we all read the contract.
Yep.
All right, I lied. I didn't read the contract.
he said UFC.
For real. Like what am I gonna say? Like, oh, you know what? I don't like how it has me showing up on media day wearing UFC only attire. I can't do this.
Let's negotiate.
I'm like, Jason, I asked Jason House, I was like, Jason, we good? He's like, all right, we good. All right.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. It's just so cool. Even I'm sure signing that first UFC contract was amazing.
It was amazing. And I was in it was a Contender Series contract. I was in my classroom teaching, And my coach brought it to my classroom, so I got to sign it in front of the students. And I recently released that video.
That makes me want to like tear up. Wow.
Yeah, so it was.
You have to send me that video so I can add it to this.
I'll send it to you for sure. Yeah, I signed it in front of my students, and it was great, and they all kind of cheered.
Oh,
yeah.
What grade were you teaching?
5th and 6th grade.
Wow.
Now they're like out of high school, messaging me.
Oh
you know,
my god!
A lot of them. I have this one football player. His name is Jaden Coleman, and I've been talking to him recently, actually.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, you know, few of the students got in some trouble. One of them died through shooting, and we were kind of talking about that. And I said to him, you know, it's sad that things like that have to happen. Especially, we're all dealt a certain hand, and some of us are dealt a worse hand than others.
Yeah.
And I was telling Jaden, we are all dealt some lemons. You know what I mean? It's up to us whether we want to make lemonade out of it or we want to bite that sour lemon. And if you bite the sour lemon, you end up in those situations, you know, which is sad.
It is.
But I'm happy for a lot of the students that, you know, was in my class, because a lot of them are on doing great things now, and I'm so happy that I was a part of their life.
Yeah, that's so cool that you were teaching and at that age. That's gotta take a lot of patience. That's like it's like preteens.
Yeah, it was, and it was inner city too. They was in the inner.
Where was this?
Milwaukee.
Yep. Okay.
These kids were not sheltered.
Yeah,
and they had a rough upbringing.
Yeah.
A lot of their home lives were rough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I had to give them. First, I had to be tough on them, and then I had to give them love, because you can't give them love at first because they'll take advantage of you. Not intentionally. That's just how kids are wired. They know, the kids are smart. They know how to use and work the angles. So you gotta be tough on them and letting them know that you're doing it because you love them. And then once they see that you're doing it because you love them, then they let their walls down. And then they're like, you know, like, all right, you know what? Mr. O really cares about me.
Mr. O.
That's what they called me. I was like, nah, Mr. Osbourne was my dad.
Yeah.
No, Mr. O.
How long ago was this then? Obviously, this wasn't here. When did you move to Vegas?
So I was teaching, I was an assistant teacher, predominantly math, and I was teaching while I was trying to get to the UFC.
Okay.
So they got to see my entire journey.
That's cool. And you were training out there.
Yeah,
Is that where you're from? Well, obviously not Jamaica.
So, yeah, but I went to college in Wisconsin for wrestling. And that's how I got into teaching. Okay. Because after the first year of wrestling, the college actually shut the program down. And I was like, all right, well, time to get into MMA. So I got into fighting. And then, you know, I needed a job, but I didn't want a job that was strenuous.
Yeah, gonna take too much.
Yeah, it's gonna take too much. And being an assistant teacher, there was your lead teacher and the assistant teacher. And the assistant teacher role was perfect for me. You know, I didn't have to prep. Yeah. Well, I did for math. I did have to prep. Never watched any fights before I moved to Vegas. I moved to Vegas in 2021. I couldn't do both. And you always think, we all think we're invincible. You know what I mean? I was younger and I'm like, man, I could do it. I'm invincible. Yeah. But it took a toll on me being at school at 8 o'clock. School got done at 3. Then I get home really quick, eat something, be at the gym by 5, train from 5 until 8, and then repeat. Get up and do it again every single day. And
the hustle, the grind to get to where you're at today.
And it took me until I lost to Manil Cop. And I was like, man, you know what? I always talk about sacrifices to the kids. You know, I preach to them, hey, you want to do this, that, and the other thing. Well, you got to make sacrifices. You can't just, you know, not do your homework and then expect to be good at multiplication or division. Right. It's all on your homework. Yeah. You know, so it's like the sacrifice is you got to sacrifice going outside and playing if you want to be good at, you know, math.
That part.
And so I was like, I talk about sacrifices, but here I am, you know, I have to sacrifice everything now in order for me to be where I want to be. Because if I lose one more fight in my career, I'm out of the UFC. And I worked my entire life just to get to the UFC. And I was 1-2 and I had one more fight on that contract. And yeah, I quit my job at the school, sold my Jeep, did everything, and just moved to Vegas with a little bit of money to my name. And I had one more fight. It was at Madison Square Garden. Oh. Yeah. That was the year I came to Syndicate in 2021.
Wow.
Ended up winning that fight, renewed my contract, and
chills.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
That's amazing. I love that. Resilient. Very resilient. When you said after the wrestling program got canceled, that's when you were like, okay, let's do MMA. Was fighting in MMA always the plan? Or when did you tell yourself, all right, fighting is it? Is what I'm
You know
doing?
what's crazy? I used to get into a lot of fights in high school, surprisingly. No, because I always spoke proper. I was always a proper speaking kid. You know what I mean? And people would make fun of me a lot, and they call me Urkel, and sometimes my mom would have me tuck my shirt in because she didn't want anybody to look at me and view me in a certain way and be another statistic. So she was really big on grammar.
Okay.
And
you do speak very well.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
My mom was really big on grammar.
That's good.
And so that was one of the things I always got made fun of, because a lot of my peers who looked like me,
I understand. I understand.
So they always made fun of me. And then one day I was just like, I started sticking up for myself. And then I got into fights, and I was like, I can hold my own, all right. But I was captain of the wrestling team too, and I could wrestle, so I would just get people to the ground.
Yep, exactly.
Bing, 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 bing. I'd be like, who you Urkel now? Who you calling Urkel now?
I love it.
Oh man, but yeah, so it all started. So I grew up in Florida. And Kimbo Slice was from Florida, and all of my friends was always like, yo, Kimbo Slice, Kimbo Slice.
Yeah. And
I used to go on YouTube in the 8th grade, watching Kimbo Slice videos. All I used to do. I used to go home and watch Kimbo Slice videos. And me and my friends would get boxing gloves. Yeah, R.I.P., man. Me and my friends would get boxing gloves, and we go to the park, and we just fight each other with boxing gloves.
I used to do that with friends, too.
Yeah. No mouthpiece, nothing.
Literally.
So stupid.
No weight classes.
Nothing. Yeah, no weight classes, no mouthpiece, nothing.
Yes.
And we would just go at it, man.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Break
that's so
nose,
funny.
chip tooth,
Yeah.
all kinds of shit. And so one thing led to the next. I was like, I started getting into like more advanced level of fighting. Mm-hmm. And I discovered Rampage Jackson, who led to me discovering Rashad Evans, who led to me discovering Anderson Silva. And then it was a wrap. Once I discovered Anderson Silva, I was like, yo, this guy is the GOAT. And then,
still your favorite?
Yeah, still my favorite fighter of all time. Mm-hmm. Then I ran into, I came to know John Jones. And I remember watching John Jones my senior year when he fought for the title. He was a champion. He was like one of the youngest champions. I think he was only 21 my senior year, and he won the belt. And I was like, I'm going to be that guy right there. I want to be like him. I want to be... champion at a young age.
Yeah.
Of course, that dream is past. I'm now 33, but the dream of being a champion is not past. But
no, absolutely not.
That God has a plan for us all.
Yeah.
And I think in order for us to be molded the correct way, we can't obtain things too early. Otherwise, it won't be elongated throughout our career. Mm-hmm. You see a lot of fighters, they get the champion, they become champion young, and they can't even get close to where they were. It's not because of it's a skill thing, it's because when you're younger and you're a champion, it's a lot, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot. Getting all that fame, money, and success.
Too much, too soon.
It's way too much.
It's not your time.
No, it's not your time.
Even not even talking championship. When you see guys get into the UFC too young.
Yeah.
You can get that'll. I've seen it a couple times. I've seen guys that are good, have the potential to be there, but they got taken there way too soon, and then they get demolished.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, damn, if you were just been more patient and waited, you know.
Yeah, it's different fighting in the UFC because you go from these local promotions to now, you're getting your makeup done. You're getting picked up in a limo. Now, you got cameras on you. You got security team following you. And then you're walking out to thousands of people, broadcasted to millions of people. And then you get these bright lights on you. And it's hard to handle if you're not ready for it.
Yeah. For sure. It's a whole different ballgame.
It is a whole different ballgame.
And then you go to the level, like let's just talk, we're just talking, the outside of it, not the actual fight. The level of UFC is, it's so crazy because when you see people who are good, great, and they do good in every other promotion or something across the board, but
they come to UFC and it's different.
It's different. It really is.
100%. You see people come over from PFL and Bellator and ONE FC and all these different leagues, and it's not the same. it's not the same.
It's shocking sometimes. Sometimes there's even been some situations where I was shocked, like, okay, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
I thought that he was gonna be,
you and me both. You and me both. But that's how it is sometimes, because
it's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it is the way the cookie crumbles because, not just that, I'm a big believer in God.
Absolutely.
And I believe that God will put you in a situation to either humble you. Well, it's always to humble you.
Yeah. Not always to break you.
Not always to break you.
Sometimes, but no, I get you. Yeah.
But if you look at those Dagestani fighters, all the Russians, all the the guys that Khabib, Islam, that whole crew, they can handle being a champion very young because they don't do anything outside of training. They're not gonna get diminished by the lights.
Right.
Because, all they do is train, eat, sleep, pray to God. They're not going out partying. They're not doing any of that stuff. And
zero distractions, really.
Zero distractions. And the level of trauma isn't as prominent as it is with us. You know what I mean? You and I grew up a different lifestyle.
Right.
We grew up with a lot of, I don't know what your childhood has been, but I'm sure, a lot of different things that we've had to face.
Right.
Whereas those guys grew up in the mountains. They're, They're like trauma.
Just surrounded by family.
Yeah.
And they're, very
and it's hard work.
knit.
Yeah. Very close knit.
The women do one thing, the men do one thing. Yep.
Very traditional. And if you try to say, oh, well, women are supposed to do this here, they're going to be like, what? Yeah.
But
that's why it works for them. That's why they're so successful. It's not a skill thing. It's really not a skill thing. They are skillful.
Yes.
But it's really about their tradition. You know what I'm saying? They're super humble.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But
it makes a difference. Americans first, Everybody else, we're crazy over here. We suck. How long have you been here in America from Jamaica?
Since I was 9.
Okay. Oh wow. So you grew up a good half of your life in Jamaica.
30, what am I saying? I can't do math. We'll say 25 years.
Okay, but still 9 years is a long time to be in Jamaica as well.
Yeah, I remember everything.
Yeah.
Jamaica definitely
molded you to the fighter you are.
Yeah, but it also it taught me to appreciate things as well.
Absolutely.
Because why I'm always, I don't care, man. I'm always happy. I'm always friends with everybody. I don't care because that's how my people are. You know, you can't, if you go to Jamaica, you can't walk 5 feet down the road without somebody being like, yo, what's up?
Really?
I swear.
Aww.
They'd be like, yo.
That makes sense then. That makes sense.
You could not walk down the road without somebody saying what's up to you.
Yeah, okay.
And Jamaicans are so appreciative of everything that we have because we have nothing. When Hurricane Melissa hit, it devastated the country. But the people were not broken. They were like, all right, well, you know what? We just gonna rebuild this thing. Let's go. We gonna rebuild one brick at a time.
Love it.
Because I remember, I tell this story all the time. It's probably so played out now, but I remember, like I said, showering at my grandma's outhouse. Where the shower was outside.
Oh wow!
And so coming from showering outside to being barefoot to showering inside, having a bathtub, curtains that you close, warm water. I didn't have warm water.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's really cool.
It is. And so I appreciate everything. Like where I'm at right now, if you ask me every day, I'm like, my life is amazing. And if I somehow live in a box tomorrow, I'll still say, this is amazing because I know how hard I had it growing up. I know how much hard work my mom had to put in order to get me to where I am right now. It was difficult being a single mom. It was hard.
And that's really coming from the bottom.
Yeah, you know how it is, man. When your mom goes to work and she's, she can't afford no babysitter. She's like, all right, well, lock the doors.
Yep.
Don't answer it for anybody. I'll be home at 5.
Yep, exactly. My mom would sneak me in to work with her and hide me under her desk.
Yeah, my mom did that too. She didn't hide me, but she definitely brought me to work with her a couple times. She definitely brought me to work. In summertime, when you don't have school.
Yeah, can't afford a babysitter.
No, you gotta do what you gotta do. But that's what shapes us, though.
Exactly. Shit, I had cousins, so we just babysat each other. All the same age. We just babysat each other.
I wish I had cousins, man.
Where's your mom now? Is she here too?
She's in Florida.
Okay. What part?
Palm Beach. Oh, sorry, Port St. Lucie now, but we grew up in Palm Beach.
Okay. My parents live in Florida right now as well.
What part?
They moved there in May. I'm going Wednesday for the first time.
What part?
Panama City.
Oh, okay, PCB. That's like,
Is that far from?
yeah, that's
complete other end, huh?
It's pretty much Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah, she says they're real southern. So yeah, it should be fun though. It's cool. It'll be nice to see it, I guess.
And the weather is always nice over there. Right by the beach too.
Yeah, and they're like right near Destin, and apparently Destin's like a pretty hot spot for spring break and stuff.
It's
so
great.
Catch me out there for spring
Let's
break,
go.
y'all. I'll be out there on them boats. So when did you move? When did you decide to make that big move to Las Vegas where you said screw it, put everything in your car and drove out here? What year was that?
That was 2021. Okay. So during COVID, I think 2021, we were still doing the mask thing. I was training, and then I got a late notice offer to fight Manil Cop.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, I need to make some money. So I jumped on it, took it in 2 weeks notice.
It's a tough fight.
Yeah, 2 weeks notice too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Doing really well until he hit me with the flying knee, and but still didn't think I was, ref should have stopped it, but whatever. Anyways, but yeah, after that fight, I was like, look, man, I had to have a come to Jesus meeting with myself. I was like, look, Ode, after everything you've been through, I was like, is this gonna be it for you? You gotta make a decision. What do you want to do right now? Because there's you can stay here in Milwaukee and teach and train and teach and do both, have one foot in and one foot out, or B, you could just give it all up and just move to Vegas or move to Colorado. Colorado was going to be a spot that I was thinking about moving as well.
Okay.
So I was like, this is it. It's now or never.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I had this realization. I was like, holy shit, the window of opportunity is closing every single day. Every day your window is just closing on me. And I'm like, wow, I got to jump through this window before it closes. So I just, like I said, I had a Jeep, sold it. And I think after I sold my Jeep, I think I had like $3,500. I just bought that Jeep too.
My gosh.
Just bought it. Months, well, not just, maybe like half a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sold it. I think I got $3,500 back. I had $3,500 to my name, and I used that to, find a place to stay in Vegas. Shout out to Lance Spouty. Man, Lance was a real one. He helped me so much, man. He's like, look, I got an extra bedroom. You can come stay with me.
Aww. That's really awesome.
Yeah, he showed me. He took me to Syndicate the first day, introduced me to John and everybody at Syndicate, and ended up living with Lance for 2 years, and Lance took such good care of me. I really
that's incredible.
Can't thank Lance enough for everything, and for that, just that small portion goes such a long way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And to this day, man, Lance and me are like this.
Yeah, yep, I see it.
Yeah,
those are the type of friendships that last forever.
Yeah,
when somebody puts
for real.
Puts it on line like that. For
sure. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Lance and Jason as well. Because I called Jason. I was like, you think this is a good move? And Jason House was like, yeah, man, I think Vegas would be a good move for you.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was like, all right. And he's like, I think Jason actually was the one that was like, I think Lance has an extra bedroom. You can hit him up, and I'll message him and let you know. And then I got the call back from Lance, and he said he definitely has an extra bedroom. And yeah, that I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for that decision to move.
Yeah, that's so great, and it's so important to have people like that in our lives during moments like that where you have to kind of make a choice and you have nothing. You have to start from the beginning, from the ground up again. Yeah. So.
I know this is your podcast, but I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh shit! Okay, give me the hot seat.
So I see you've been doing Power Slap lately, which is amazing. That's like the perfect thing for you to do. It's so dope.
Yeah.
So first, how do you like Power Slap? And my next question is, where do you see yourself going from Power Slap?
I love Power Slap, actually. It's so fun. It's so different because I fought, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
So first starting, it was like a little like
I came to your fight.
yeah, yes, you did. First starting out was kind of like just like any other fighter, you kind of look down on it a little bit, you know. But then when I went to the combine and did some training, I was like, okay, I like this. And then when I took my first camp, because I got called to be on the show at the card in June, which was International Fight Week. So I was just, and it's crazy because I'm also big with God, pray to God every day, you know. And that was something that I prayed for. I was like, okay, it's April. I just did the combine. I'm like, the next big show is International Fight Week. I would really love to be on that card, God, like, please, you know. And they called me like 4 weeks out, and I was like, I called it.
Like, yes,
I called it. Let's go. Huge opportunity, you know, to be on an International Fight Week. And then you know, it's not. It's not. And like, I don't ever compare it to fighting.
Yeah, but it's all about what's the end goal? The end goal is what?
I mean, I want to be the champion.
Yeah, and it's all, and not just that.
They pay very well.
They pay very well.
And like, the thing is like it's not fighting. It's not the UFC, but it is within the UFC, and they treat you like it.
Yep.
They treat you like it. And it's so cool, like to be, because like there was a moment in my career where I was like, what the hell? I've done all this, and for what?
You got nothing to show for it.
Nothing, and you know, and I feel like, and I remember I would cry to God, and I feel like. And I would just be like, why did you bring fighting to my life? I don't understand.
Feel like you wasted you wasted your
so
time.
Many injuries, so many things, so many.
Now I got goosebumps. I was there.
And then now here we are. And sometimes I just look at him and I feel like he's just like, if you would have just been patient, if you would have just, you know, because it's like, it's the silliest thing. To some, I know the power slap is silly, but it's growing.
Yeah.
I'm at the beginning of it. It's and I see myself growing with it all the way. I
Ain't
really do.
Nothing silly about having money in your bank account. Look.
That part. It's I know it seems like, oh, it's just a slap, but it's not. It's real fucking combat, bro. You can get knocked out up there, you know, and you do have to put in it. You do have to train. I train. My camp is like a fight camp.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it really is. I'm not out there sparring and stuff, but I am putting in the work. I'm getting, my practices are, you know, early in the morning, strength conditioning, all that shit. You know, I had Giancarlo and Ellie Dempster's husband on with me today, and we were talking about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And same with her. He was like, we treat it like a fight camp. I'm like,
Ellie's a beast, man.
Yeah.
Ellie trains her ass off.
Exactly. And like, that's how, you know, that's how I train too. And I think that, again, the sport will weed the people out that don't. And I think Ellie and I, and, you know, as far as there's a lot of other great girls, I think that will be some of the ones that are standing throughout the entire life. Like, I feel like I kind of consider myself, I'll be the Misha Tate.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that.
Gina Carano.
I can see that.
Like, we're the beginning of the sport.
I agree.
You know?
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Because I helped Zeta get ready for hers, and I got to see all the, you know, intricates from being on the inside a little bit.
How much
I was like,
there really is to it, right?
There's a
People
lot.
don't realize there's so many things. Like, you can't just go up there and slap.
Yep. People have no idea.
Yeah.
The nerves are the same as everything. Man.
Exactly. And then it's a little different, like, than just it's not regional. It's like it's lights, camera, action, just like UFC. You got the camera in your face, and that's why I tell people too. Like, if you've never done anything, and then you get up there and you got the cameras in your face, like, that alone is scary as hell. You know?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. I really love my new career at Power Slap. I feel like I said, I'm going to go all the way with it. And I love all the opportunities, you know, like having the V-Chain activation manager on today was amazing. And, you know, just hopefully I can start working closer with V-Chain and, you know, next year, 2026. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Gion's amazing.
Oh yeah,
he's such a good guy. I like him a lot.
So
him
good.
And Elliot, both
very
awesome
good,
people.
very good with business. They're both so smart. You can just tell. And and we live in an era where content is it.
It is. You don't see TV commercials anymore.
No,
it's crazy.
We are the commercials.
We are the commercials. It's crazy. Back in the day, people would pay so much money for their business to go on and do a commercial for television.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's watching television?
Billboards?
Or billboards.
It's even weird to me that billboards are still a thing. I'm like, people are really paying for
this? For real. And now everyone's doing commercials for Instagram or TikTok or some, you know, LinkedIn, some kind of social media, all
activations, all brand partnerships, things like that. So I think knowing people like Giancarlo, Ellie Dempster is just a huge opportunity in and of itself. Yeah, you know.
No, I'm proud of you. I see you doing your thing out there. I was like, man, I even see you bought a truck.
Yep. I bought with the first check, my first Power Slap winning, paid cash. Yep.
That's awesome. No, I love it. I hope to see you at the top too. What weight class are you in Power Slap?
25. 25. Yeah. Yep. So yeah. Actually, we talked about it today. I was, because we don't have a rankings technically speaking, because we don't have a belt yet.
Yeah, because it's an infant sport.
Yeah, exactly.
There has to be more bodies.
Yeah, but Gian, as well as I agree. Like and said to Frank, the girls deserve a belt. Like bring the girl. I think we talk not every weight class, but definitely the flyweight division. It's stacked, and then 35, 45. That's where Sheena is, and she's amazing. But yeah, us ladies deserve the title as well, and I guess that's where the real rankings will come in.
What weight class is Paige in?
25.
And they'll have a belt.
Exactly. So it's kind of, I think, what they're waiting on to see what's going on with Paige. But I asked him, like, if you had to say what you think the rankings are, what would it be? And he's like, I think it's Paige, Ellie, and you. I'm like, beautiful, let's go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Is Ellie 25 as well?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's a stacked weight class.
Stacked. It's stacked.
Damn.
Paige Ellie knocked out Hollywood.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love her, man.
I love her too.
Hollywood is so dope. Like her personality.
Have you met her?
Yeah.
Dude, she's the best.
She is. And when she lost, she was such a good sport.
She was.
She was such a good. It's hard to have that mindset of.
Especially never competing in anything and taking that like that.
I agree. And her personality, she'll go far just by her personality, her character. She lost and she was like, yo, man, I got the shit beat out of me. I got slapped.
And she's a hard worker, and everything that she does. I had spoken about this earlier as well, as I'd love to see her in the strawweight division.
Yeah.
She's small. She's, I'm like, bro, I think she could kill. I think she could lead the strawweight division. I think she could be the champion.
Yeah, and she told me after that fight with Ellie, she was like, I need to start like understanding that these people out here are doing real workouts and I can't just get out the couch and do this. So I got to start, doing like training. And I think she's looking to move here. Yeah,
she told me the same thing. And I think that right there, that eye-opener is one that a lot of people are going to have as well, is it's not just slap. We were talking about this earlier again. It's not just slapping. You can't just come off the couch. Like it's real shit, But yeah, she said the same thing. I'm going to move to Vegas. I need to be training and stuff, which I think is amazing.
And that's the mindset you got to have.
Exactly.
If you are doing it for the money, that's one thing. If you're doing it because you're like, I think I want to be the best, then you have that realization.
And with the work, she very well could.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think, you're right. Strawweight would be because she is super tiny.
She's tiny.
I don't think she's ever cut any weights.
No.
She probably walks around at 125.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And I'm like, they got me and Ellie doing fight weight cuts.
Yeah, for real.
I'm like 8 pounds,
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. But I'm excited for the future of Power Slap. I think it's really cool.
Me too. I love seeing you guys up there too.
Yeah.
I love it. I hope they bring you guys a belt.
Yes.
I think they will.
I think so
I think
too.
they will. They definitely will.
Hopefully I'm on the next Vegas card and you got to come.
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely gonna come.
Okay, you've been to an event, right?
Yeah,
They're so fun
with Zeta because I.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I went to. I think I went to 2. I don't remember which. Maybe it was just that one.
Isn't Ellie, it so cool in person?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's such a different energy.
Actually it's crazy. It's more entertaining than going to a random local fight.
Oh yeah.
Like going to a random local fight is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Tough Enough is cool. Like Tough Enough is amazing. I love Tough Enough.
Yes.
Man,
me too.
There's just something about the crowd and the energy of the people when you go to watch Power Slap. Right. It's crazy.
It's different.
It's so different.
If you know, you gotta go.
Yeah,
go to a show, guys. Go to a Power Slap event. You won't regret it. It's like Dana White said, that oh shit moment every time.
Every time. And you get so into it. You get there and you don't know what to expect. And then you're like, oh!
Yeah, every time. I love it. And my cousin made a good point too once. And she said, she's like, I don't really have the attention span to watch a 25-minute fight sometimes. She's like, but this is quick and it's good and it's all, it's every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, that's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people.
All action. It's not like in a fight, you got sometimes the wrestlers that'll take you down, lay on you, and hold you for 25 minutes straight.
Yeah,
it's not that. There's action every time. It's some kind of action.
Yep, exactly. All right. Speaking of action, you always bring the action, and you are working with one of the legends of the fight game, Dewey Cooper. You've been with him for how long now?
3 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, time has flown by.
I know. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay, talk to me about that. Talk to me how it is working with somebody such a high caliber of a fighter himself, but also coach.
You know what? I was just talking to someone at the Performance Institute today, Sarah Oliver. And
I love Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah's amazing.
Yes.
I was just talking to her about the same concept of, a lot of the times when you're in big gyms, you don't get the attention that you need. And being a UFC fighter, you need to be a little selfish.
Yeah.
Because you have to have coaches that are on you about certain things that you're not aware of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Dewey is so passionate, man. He's so passionate. Remember when I went to him the first time, I was like, hey, so let me know what, how much you want to get paid for cornering me and what the structure is like for being paid and stuff like that. And he goes, whoa, champion. No. He's like, we talk about that after the fight. We don't even talk about that. Let's just focus on getting you to a point where you can be a much better fighter. And that was
amazing.
the first thing he said to me. And I was like, wow.
You didn't even care about the money.
He didn't give
a
a shit about the money. He didn't give two shits about the money. And it really spoke to me about his character. And I was like, wow, this guy is incredible, because a lot of these big gyms aren't really gyms. They're businesses, which is fine, but when you have, 50 people on the mat, and for example, if you're not a UFC fighter, you kind of get lost in the mix of it. And, for me, I definitely need a lot of attention to details. Otherwise, I'm just lost in the mix of it. And Dewey, working with Dewey, he's so attentive to the little details, the hip movements, the things that people don't see. From the outside, you might think, well, you're not going to throw a 20-punch combination in a fight. But from the inside, only Dewey and I know the purpose of why we do the drill.
Right.
It's not about throwing a 20-punch combination. It's about working our hips on every punch, making sure our hips are moving on every combination, so that when we do throw a 3-punch combination,
They do that.
They do it.
Right.
Your hips go boom, boom, boom.
That muscle memory.
The muscle memory. But only us know that. And Dewey will send me clips of fights, and he'll be like, "See, this is why I say we shouldn't do this." And he'll say, "Oh, this is why I say we should do this, because when you do this motion, this happens." And Dewey was a 2-time world champion. He used to document, journal. He told me he journaled everything he did. Every single thing he did, he journaled. And so I have so much faith in him because he's so passionate. When I look in his eyes, all I see is a man that wants the best for me. That's it.
Yeah.
He just wants the best. There's no bullshit. There's no, I'm not his favorite. I'm not, what I'm saying? He don't play that. He gonna, if you're an amateur and you come to him, he gonna give you the same amount of work
100%
as he would me.
Yep.
There's no favoritism. He just want to make me the best.
Yeah.
And I love that, man. He's so dialed in and gives me the same energy every day. All right, champion, let's go. Come on, champion.
Actually have similar energies.
We do.
You guys are very similar, actually.
We do. Our chemistry, when we we don't even, he don't even got to talk. All he got to do is hold the pads up, and I know, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's so important.
Yeah, we just go in there and bang it out, man.
I love it.
When I do a session with him, it's almost like I just fought. I'm so tired, and sometimes we're scheduled to do 1 hour, and we end up training for 2 hours because we get into a flow. Yeah, we get into a flow, and I'm just covered in sweat. Sometimes I'm bleeding. You know what I mean? I don't even notice.
Right.
You're just so locked in, and he makes me want to give my all every single day because he gives me his all. So I'm like, man, how can I disappoint somebody like this?
Right. Absolutely.
I can't let this guy down. You know what I mean? And so internally, it goes back to not having a father. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's always that psychological battle of, not having a father and having a strong personality, a strong man like Dewey that really pours all into you, know? So I've had that once, and my trainer, his name was Reese, when I first got out of college, had that same chemistry. He passed away in a motorcycle accident, ended up leaving, going to a different gym. And I feel like, just trying to find myself and find a coach that had the same energy and structure like Reese. Dewey is that coach, man. He's like a Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why we're doing this hip drill. And then all of a sudden I'm sparring and it's crazy, man. I'll be sparring. All of a sudden I'll do something that I've never done before. I'll like roll under a punch, come out of it with a perfect 3-2. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, that's why we've been doing that.
It works.
Yeah.
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's the most beautiful thing.
I love it.
It's very beautiful.
It is when you see it all come to fruition.
Yeah.
All the weird hard work come to fruition, you know? Yeah.
And,
That's
and
awesome.
I think, a lot of people have coaches that, everyone needs that coach. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Everyone needs, like, you got, Syndicate and Extreme Couture. And I'm sure there's bodies at Syndicate that has that camaraderie with John, and bodies at Extreme Couture that has that camaraderie with Eric.
Right, yeah.
And everybody has a coach for them.
You got to find that person.
Yes,
you have to find that person. Yep. Even if it means, like you said,
Yep.
I went to say, you have to, it's okay to go around until you find that person.
you have to find the person.
Because again, you have to be selfish.
You have to be.
You have to be selfish.
And
yep.
there was a point, man, I'm not gonna lie, I was like boo-hoo, crying in the showers, like,
oh yeah,
like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I have nowhere to go now. I have no idea what's next for me.
Yeah.
And God's like, look, I brought you this far. I'm gonna deliver you.
We ain't
Trust me.
finished. We ain't finished. Yep. Exactly. And talking about coming this far, you've got a lot of other big things up on the horizon. Talk to me a bit about Triumph Cigars. What exactly is this?
So Triumph Cigars was something that Brian Smith and I talked about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And how Brian and I met was so interesting. A couple years ago, I met him at UFCX, and if I connect with somebody at UFCX, I'll write a little extra side note, because the last thing I want is somebody to pay all this money for VIP, and then I'm like, all right, bye. So
Yeah.
I try to write a little extra something in there, you know what I mean? And so he messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, I get a lot of messages. I'm sure you know how it is, man.
Yeah.
DMs flooded about, doing things for people, coming on their podcast,
Right.
doing a whole bunch of other shit.
Oh yeah.
And so when he messaged me, I was like, yeah, he was like, I'll be in Vegas a year from now for UFCX next year and doing some other stuff. He's like, when I'm in Vegas, would you want to do a podcast or maybe get a bite to eat? And I was like, oh yeah, we'll see. Like, I was uncommitted.
Right.
That's me.
He was just a fan at this point, this moment.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll see. And then I think I'd had 2 fights, and then I lost both those fights. And he'd message me like, hey man, you fought great, keep your head up, blah blah blah. Both fights. And throughout the year, he would just randomly like send me little encouragement things. And
Yeah. That's so nice.
yeah. And so when he finally came out here, I was like, yeah man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to meet you. I just got too much going on. And it's crazy. I was just sitting in my car and I opened his message. And I was like, you know what, Ode? This man has been messaging you for a whole year now. The least you can do is meet up with him and do his podcast.
That's so kind of you.
Thank you. And that's what I did. I was like, you know what? And I was busy. I was supposed to do. So Jason House, we had some kind of meeting, like a little dinner.
Yeah.
With Jacob.
Okay.
And ended up drinking way too much and had to leave the car home, leave the car in the garage, Ubered home, and the next day I was just like, oh man.
Oh no.
So I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. But anyways, long story short, I went to go pick my car up, sat in the car, and I had that idea in my head, that thought, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And so I did it. And he had, I'm not sure if it was at Caesars. I don't remember where it was. He had a suite. And he had some food and Gatorade, and because I told him, I was like, yeah, a little bit hungover. He got everything for me, and
no way.
He did. And before we even started the podcast, we just hit it off for like 2 hours. Him and I was just chopping it up for 2 hours, just talking.
That's so cool.
And we just stayed in touch. And he was like, wow, that's a great podcast. And I was like, yeah, it worked out pretty well. And he asked if I wanted to come to North Carolina. To do like a little signing for his company, like you know, one of those like, you know, a showing.
Yeah.
And you know, he's like, would you endorse do you want to endorse my company, pretty much? And I was like, yeah. So I endorsed his company. He had one of the best security companies in
That's right. Yes.
in North Carolina. It was iWatch Security. There was ADT and I believe iWatch Security. Now I remember Googling iWatch Security and he had 5 stars, and I was like, wow, you know how hard it is to get 5 stars on Google?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And being in a customer service business, you have to please everybody.
Right, yeah.
And
your product has to be great.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that go into
real.
it. Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, you and Tasha want to come out and do a little thing with my company, and then we'll just spend New Year's here. We'll rent a lake house and we'll drive up. And so I went there. It was the best experience ever. I did, you know, a little meet and greet at his company.
Yeah.
And then took me and Tasha to the hockey game. It was the Hurricanes. Went to my first Hurricanes game. Then he rented like a cabin in the woods on a lake, a beautiful lake.
Wow.
And we spent New Year's kind of, you know, just there cooking, doing cold plunge in the lake. That was like a New Year's thing the next morning. But it was such a beautiful way to rein in the new year. And,
yeah. This was last year?
No, yes, this was last year.
Okay.
Yep, this was last year.
Cool.
And so I ended up coming back to Vegas, and we had talked a lot about finding different ways so that I could develop passive income, you know.
Yeah,
and
of course.
We had talked so much about that. Yeah.
In these careers.
And so he's big poker player. He smokes cigars, and so he smokes cigars and plays poker with a lot of friends. That was something that they would do.
Okay.
And one day he was just like, cigars, interesting. And he's like, you know, he calls me and he's like, yo, what do you think about, he's like, I had an idea. He's like, you know, alcohol is so oversaturated. Everybody's doing alcohol. A lot of people are doing weed, but nobody's doing cigars. And I was like, you're right.
Very true.
Nobody's doing cigars. Why is that? And he's like, I don't know, but let's look into it. And so when we started running the numbers and looked into the cigar industry in the US, and we saw that it was $14 billion, I was like, wow, I didn't know the cigar industry in the US alone was like $14 billion.
Wow, yeah.
And Brian told me that. I was like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. And then we thought about it, and I was like, you know, this would be a great avenue to create passive income, not just for me, but for other fighters as well. You know, so it's a win-win for everybody. And that was, Brian and I talked about what we wanted the motto to be. And the motto is everybody wins. And that, when we came up with that, it was like, wow, this is definitely, I believe, is going to work.
Yeah, simple,
and,
to the point.
Yeah, and it was
grasps your attention.
Exactly. And it was such a simple concept, and then we looked more and more into it, and everything started, you know, we started reaching out to different people over here that were, you know, big in the cigar industry, and then manufacturers that were making cigars in different countries like the Dominican Republic, Nicaragua. You know, we have one in Miami, and they all were like, you know, educating us on different cigars, and Brian was coming up with different ideas, and when it comes to business, he's so intelligent. He brings that, we are so different but also similar, you know, but we're very different. He's like more business minded, where I'm more free spirit minded, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and put those two together though.
Yes, you put those two together and it just created the greatest magic ever. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And I was
Let's
like,
go.
I was like, all right. And so I ended up getting him tickets to go watch. I forgot what UFC it was, but Jamal Hill fought Yuri, and then Merab fought Umar.
Okay.
For the belts. I ended up getting him tickets there, and we drove from Vegas to California. And on the way back from California, he looks at me and he goes, you know what, man? I'm going to just sell my security company and go all in on the cigar cigar business with you. I was like, are you sure?
Wait, what?
I was like, wait, hold on, are you sure?
Let's talk.
And he's like, yeah, man, I think we're going to do it. And I didn't, you know, I wasn't sure if maybe the next day he'd like have a different feeling about it.
Yeah.
But Yeah, the next day he stayed on beat, and that was it. He stood on business.
He still sold it?
And he sold, liquidated his company, moved to Vegas.
Yeah.
About, I want to say 5 months later, moved to Vegas, got a house, which we went to.
Yeah.
That's what we had the watch party. Yeah, sold his company, moved to Vegas, and then now we have signed about 18 UFC fighters, and we're opening it up to influencers. We do have another the Power Slap influencer that we're gonna. We actually not going to. She just signed the contract as well, and so we're opening it up to different athletes and different influencers, like musicians, whoever.
Right.
But the goal is to create also a passive income revenue stream to anybody that is involved. If you're involved in our cigars, you're going to have a passive income revenue stream. And you're going to have your own cigar. So, for example, the McCubbin cigar.
Oh, my God.
It'd be your blend. You'd get to try a bunch of different cigars and... because each cigar is unique to that fighter.
Yeah.
It's a very unique model.
How cool.
It's not everybody gets the same cigar.
Yeah.
Every cigar
Their own
is different.
flavor.
Their own flavor, what sits with them. You know what I mean? And
kind
the
of
design.
kind of what resembles you in a sense.
Exactly.
That's a beautiful concept.
Yeah, like Vanessa Demopoulos is Little Monster, so her cigar is a small little torpedo.
Okay, yeah.
So it all depends on what you want to.
Oh, now I can't wait.
Yeah.
Right? I can't wait till we make mine.
Yeah, and you're involved or not involved. And some fighters or some influencers they're like, you know what? I don't care about choosing a cigar. Choose one for me. Or I don't care about choosing my design. Choose one for me. And then you got a lot of other fighters who are like, you send them the design and they're like, all right, can you change this little thing?
Yeah.
Or I like this cigar, so you can be involved or not involved as you want. But the concept is amazing. And I truly believe that Triumph Cigars is going to be
the next big thing.
The next big thing.
Yeah.
I truly believe that because no one else is doing what we're doing.
Awesome. And this launches.
So this hopefully Cyber Monday, we're going to get it up and running
next week.
Yes, that's what we're hoping for because we just got the license approved. And so now after the approval of the license, there's other little intricacies that we have to go through with credit card processing and all this other BS. So hopefully by Cyber Monday next week, if it's going to be next week regardless, but I'm hoping we get that Cyber Monday in, so yeah, I'm super excited. It all started as just conversations and a vision between two friends.
Yeah.
And now
that's how it goes,
it's evolved.
Though.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Where are they being made? Here?
No. So we have a manufacturer in Miami.
Okay.
So Cuban seeds, the seeds are from Cuba, but grown in Miami.
Wow. Okay.
And then we have a manufacturer in the Dominican Republic. And then we just got a new Nicaraguan connect.
Okay.
So all over because we want no BACs. What's BACs, you ask? No booty ass cigars.
No BACs.
No BACs.
Keep that shit at the door.
Yeah, man. We don't want the Swisher Sweets. We're cool in high school, but we want like the good prime,
like a gentleman cigar.
Yeah, like the best stuff you've ever tried. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the model as well. Luxurious cigars.
I love it.
So yeah,
I love it. Well, when you guys are up and rolling, I used to bartend at a cigar bar out here. Yeah.
S is it S?
No, that's where I'm at still.
Oh, okay.
That's S bar, but I used to. It's actually off strip. It's Rainbow and Blue Diamond.
Okay.
It's a little tiny spot. It's called Smoke.
Yeah. Do you ever smoke cigars?
Yeah.
All right. So I got a couple. I'm gonna get you one of mine to try.
Yeah. So I kind of got into smoking cigars working there, but it's a small owned bar. It's a bar, family owned. They're from Cuba, and and so yeah, once you're up and rolling, I would love to take you guys in there, introduce them because that could be a good place to sell them.
Definitely. Well, we were at 8 Lounge a lot. I don't know if you're familiar with 8 Lounge.
At resorts.
Yeah, resorts. We go to the events they have because I know Giuseppe really well. But the more the merrier. If you ever want to come to one of our events at
let me know.
Well,
I would love to.
Yeah, I didn't know you were a cigar. So let's go.
Yeah.
Anytime we end up going, we're having like a cigar outing, I'll definitely shoot you an invite for sure.
Sounds good.
Because one of the things that we also want to do when we are up and running and have, the machine going, we want to start doing triumph events. Like the watch party you came to later on will be triumph, like a triumph event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we want to start doing things like that. We're having these events for watch parties, or, just if we're having a UFC 400 or whatever the case may be, so we're going to have different things.
Cool. Well, I mean, I've bartended out here for 4 years now, so I got a lot of connections. So if you're in need, let me know. I can reach out to people.
Yeah, and you got Brian's number too.
Yes.
So
Brian's coming on the show. We actually scheduled December 10th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So really excited to have him on. We were supposed to have him in last week, but I had to cancel. So yeah, I'm excited to have him on next week or 2 weeks. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
He
Vince
seems
just
really
got
great.
a cigar too.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, I love it. He's taking care of all the fighters. That's amazing, and like he seems really great.
He's awesome. Brian is awesome. There was,
so kind.
He really is. So I'm gonna share this. I haven't shared this with a lot of people.
Okay,
but there was a time.
I love to be.
I don't think I've ever shared this.
Okay.
Publicly, I mean, I've shared it in close quarters, but there was a time, because everybody thinks, once you're in the UFC, that's it. You've made it. You're financially stable. But
money goes fast.
Money goes fast.
Very fast.
Especially after you purchase a house or a car, which I just purchased my first house, which
I know.
Yeah.
You're on an apartment somewhere? Where are you now?
So Blue Diamond and Durango.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody thinks it's sweet all the time, but it's not until you get to the point where you're on like your third or fourth contract.
You're seeing those big numbers.
Yeah, you don't see those at all, and sometimes it's difficult when you have obligations to take care of. And I remember it being so difficult one time. I was like, man, I haven't fought in a while.
Yeah.
And I need to replenish the well, or otherwise I gotta, do some side hustles. And Brian flew me to North Carolina, which I told you.
Yep.
To do a meet and greet for his security company, just so he could pay me.
Wow.
Just so I could pay my bills.
Giving you a job.
Just give me a job. And he didn't, I'm sure he didn't really need me to endorse his company. They're a 5-star company, and they do very well. But that just shows light on his character. He's actually driving to North Carolina here this weekend.
Yep.
And he's having a fighter come help him load up the truck with all the stuff, just to pay him, just because he knows that fighter is struggling right now because he hasn't fought in a while. And
see, and that's what a lot of people don't understand is this fighter is in the UFC.
Yeah.
In the UFC.
Yep, he's in the UFC.
Yeah. See.
Yep, he is in the UFC. And so, especially when you go, 5 months without fighting. Or 4, oh man.
Exactly. It's hard.
It's super hard, man. We got bills to pay. But yeah, Brian's a super, just awesome guy. Awesome guy. We have, like I said, we have a lot of chemistry. That's one of the things that makes, I think, good business.
Yeah, it's important.
When you can work with somebody and understand that. Brian and I we've already talked about this. I said there's gonna be a point where we disagree so heavily on something, but we have to talk about it. And I think he brought that up. And I was like, yeah, because when you understand that disagreements have to happen, just as long as you talk about it, it's okay. You're not always gonna agree on everything. What ruins relationships is when someone doesn't agree on something and then they hold that bitterness or they take it personal. You can't take things too personal in business.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
you have to be able to separate those things. Yeah. Especially when you're to run a successful business anyway.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. I'm so glad that you found Brian and you guys are doing this thing. That's Triumph Cigars, guys, dropping Cyber Monday. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll be posting about it too. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. But I feel like you always have good people around you, Ode. That says like who you are as well as a person. You attract what you put out. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that you have somebody like Brian.
I appreciate that. Well, I think I call myself a recovering people pleaser. I do.
I like it.
I do.
I like it.
I think 2022 or 23 is where I started to kind of not care anymore to be a cool kid.
Yeah.
because I think when we're younger, we all want to be involved with the cool kids. You know what I'm saying? Because we hate being left out. I hate it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
FOMO.
Yep, FOMO, daddy issues, call it what you want.
All of it. Man, I'm the same. I am the same.
Yeah, for real. And so, I think for me, it's like, you know what? I started telling myself, you know what? I'm going to be friends with even the janitor if he's a cool person.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But if that person who has $1 billion is an asshole, I'm going to cut them off. And that's what I told myself. I was like, I need to start protecting my space.
Yep. Your peace.
And yes, my peace. And when I started telling myself that and I started actually doing it, it's hard. They say I'm not at the top by any means, but the saying, it's lonely at the top, is a true thing.
Oh yeah.
Because I had to go through that phase of my life where I was like, man, I'm not, I wasn't with any gym. I was showing up at Dewey's gym, going to the PI, training with, this person, that person, getting I wasn't really
kind of all over.
Yeah, I was kind of all over, and I felt so alone. I felt so like by myself. You know what I mean? And it was one of those things that I had to kind of settle into, and then I started to just endure the people that were just good people, and I started like feeling, I was like, wow, this person's a good person. I want this person in my life. Yeah. This person's even though they have 3 million followers and they're a billionaire, I don't really want them in my life. And when you start to make those realizations that really in life, peace is much better than fame or money, then everything gets easier. So thank you for saying that, because that's something I've been working so hard on. Yeah. So hard. And it's still a work in progress. I still struggle with
good character
being
growth
a recovering
for you.
people pleaser. Yeah. I still struggle so hard.
What do they say? Salt and sugar look the same.
Yeah, it's true. Salt and sugar do look the same, man.
Gotta be careful.
Shit.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah. I might have to borrow that.
Yeah,
I might have to borrow that look. I've never heard that one before.
That's a good one, huh?
I might have to look. Destiny McCubbin. I don't know where you got it from, but I'm gonna say I got it. I'm gonna say it's a Destiny McCubbin original.
I'll take it. I love it. Okay. I did want to jump into a little bit, because you had mentioned to me before that you are now doing a YouTube thing where you're kind of helping kids with self-discipline.
Yes.
What is that about?
So it's a program that I actually came up with a long time ago. Not that long, maybe 2021.
Okay.
And when I was teaching, I didn't just do everything kind of random. I actually formulated a structure for the students. And in order to do that, I had to take notes. Every day, I would almost do like a hypothesis and see what worked. What best drove the kids? How could I get these kids that weren't comprehending math to not just comprehend math, but actually be good at it? And what I found was it had nothing to do with me and how I taught math, but it had everything to do with the kids and their upbringing, and if they can sit still, or if they truly believe in what I'm doing. Yeah. And the answer was they didn't give a damn about any of it. And so I had to kind of reverse engineer the situation and take math out of it and be like, how could I get them to just care about school or learning or being the best they could possibly be? And I started thinking like a martial artist, because I started thinking about myself. Well, how did I get to be a good fighter? How did I become something that I wanted to care about? And I realized, even if you look at jiu-jitsu, there's people that come to training in jiu-jitsu not for the technique, but just to get the stripe. Just to get the stripe on their belt. Yeah. Just to get the colors. And me as a person, I wanted to be the best just because I wanted to be the best. I didn't care about the stripe on the belt. No, I did, but I still wanted to be the best. But a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people just wanted the stripe on the belt or the next belt color just so they can say they accomplished something. And I realized, wow, that's probably the same for kids. So how can I make learning or teaching math a stripe? And so I started making it fun, right? So I would bring my speaker and I'd show up to school. I'd play music. What kind of music you like? All right, you like rap music? I play rap music. Man, it had swear words. I didn't even care. Because in order to...
You gotta level with them.
Yeah, you have to level with them in order to get to that level. A lot of people think, okay, you know what? we got to get these kids from level 5 to a 7. It's like, no, we got to get the kids to a 0 or 1 first. We got to get them out of the negatives to get to a 1.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
these kids can't sit in class. How you expect them to learn?
Right.
And I started making learning like a game, you know. So I'd be like, all right, you know what? If y'all give me a good day, Friday we can have a pizza party.
Okay.
Or if y'all give me a good day and focus, you know what? At the end of class, I'll hand out like a piece of candy to everyone. And I would buy bags of candy. For real, I was bribing them pretty much.
Yeah.
And
give and give.
Yeah.
Give
and
take.
so they make it through. And if they didn't give me what I wanted, I would just reward. People say don't do this, but I was like, I don't care. You're not giving me what I want to do, what you want, what I know you can do, and you're giving me everything that you got. You get the candy, you don't. And then eventually this person here would
Give
what I wanted from them.
and what you knew he could do.
And what I knew he could do. And then I wouldn't just give them the candy. I would give it to him and I'd be like, see, I knew you could do this.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, and I look him in the eye, like, I knew you could do this.
I love that
Yeah,
though.
like, I knew
That is what, you know, breeds good.
Yeah, you just gotta hype them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
when I would purposely ask them questions that I knew they knew the answer to. Because so many times I was one of these kids, like teacher calling me and I didn't know the answer. And when I got it wrong, I felt even worse about myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I felt even worse. And so once I found out what each of their level was, so for example, if one of the students' level was just addition and couldn't go to multiplication, I would ask them addition questions that I knew they knew the answer to. When they got it right, I'd be like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I knew you could do it. What did I tell you? I told you was smart. Yeah.
Giving them that confidence.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, they start getting good at addition and they're like, oh, you start sitting up in their seat. Yeah, and then you introduce multiplication to them. You know,
And they're not so scared.
they're not so
take it on.
scared, yes. But
like
it was
that
less about
approach.
math. It was more about building their self-efficacy, their discipline, meaning everybody thinks discipline is they do something wrong and you punish them. That's not discipline. Discipline is, how do I say this? Discipline would be helping them to understand that they need to do something even though they don't want to do it, but they need to do it in order to be successful.
Yeah.
And you have to do things you don't want to do to be successful. And I would tell them like, look, what do you want to do? And most of them would say like, oh, I want to play for the Milwaukee Bucks basketball team, or I want to be in the NFL. And I'm like, well, that's awesome, but you need to go to college. And in order to get to college, you got to graduate high school. And in order to graduate high school, you got to graduate middle school.
Yeah.
And in order to graduate middle school, you got to pass this math test.
Laying it all out for them. Simple though. Simple.
Right, it's so simple. And then, because they never think about things like that. And they're like,
they just think of what they want.
yeah, and they're like, oh. So I started developing these tricks. And my program is revolved around discipline, respect, because I would tell them like, look, forget about math. You got to respect your peers. You got to respect adults, because if you can't respect adults, you're not gonna learn math. It's as simple as that. It's really as simple as that, because if they have no respect for any adults, how are they gonna trust that I'm able to teach them and then understand what I'm teaching them and trust that I could deliver if they don't respect me?
Right. Yeah.
And then I would go into the discipline, and then I would go into leadership, which is what I wanted them to do. I want them to be a leader. And then I would go to accountability, which is the biggest piece. I told them, forget about your moms, forget about your dad, forget about your friends. You hold yourselves accountable for everything. And I would just preach that over and over and over and over. And so that's what my program is. It's heavy on discipline, respect, accountability, self-control, and things like that. And
that.
I'm not gonna lie though, sometimes I do feel like a hypocrite, because I've developed such a great program for the kids, and it's on YouTube.
Okay, that's where you can find it.
You can definitely find it.
What's it under?
It's under Wolf, because we can't do things by ourselves. We need a pack. We need a pack in order to elevate. And just like wolves, we all start out as a beta, and you have to learn from the other wolves around you before you can become an alpha wolf.
Right.
But yeah, sometimes, I feel like a hypocrite because, I have my moments where I lose self-control, or, you know what I mean? I go out and, do things I'm not supposed to do. And then, it's like that whole, like, man, like, how can I feel this way when I'm teaching this to the kids? And it's one of those battle of duality is what my old coach used to call it, but anyways, that's a story for another day.
No, I get that. I feel like, but you're human too, so yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I love it. Go ahead and check it out, guys. That's Wolf on YouTube.
WOLF.
Okay. And it's free?
It's free.
Okay.
It was free. Yeah. I originally, so it took me a long time to create this. It took me a whole week waking up at waking up at 5 or 6 o'clock, getting there at 8 and leaving at about 5 p.m. So from 8 to 5, I was in front of this green screen, going over the punch line pretty much, because the delivery has to be everything. It can't just be me. All right, guys. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to be disciplined.
You got to bring them in.
You got to bring them in. And today we're going to go over why it is that I feel that you need to be disciplined. And then things come in on the screen, and you show different things that would pull them in. And it took a whole week, and I paid like $5,000 for this program. And eventually I was going to sell it, because I paid so much and I put so much of my time in. But then God was like, look, that's not why I brought you here. I didn't bring you here to sell education. I brought you here to teach it for free.
It's amazing.
And so I was like, all right, God. All right.
All right, you said it.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to do it. Go ahead. I just put it up on YouTube.
Okay. I'll put the link in the description for you guys to check that out, because I love it. I think that's great. I can already think of some people some kids I want to send it to myself. Yeah. So that's awesome. Good on you, Ode.
Thank you.
Man, you're just doing all the things. You got life, fighting, business, mentoring. You're building something way bigger than your record at this point in your life.
Yeah, going back to high school, I don't want to be another statistic.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to be here in Sin City, and there's so many distractions all over the place. Isn't it kind of fun? Sorry to interrupt you. Isn't it kind of ironic, funny that the fight capital of the world, the thing that requires the most focus? I know. The less distraction you have, the better you will do. And we're here in Sin City, the place, the place of vices. No, it's hard, because I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm this perfect person. Like, I sometimes want to self-sabotage all the time. There's moments where I'm like, oh, I'm about to self-sabotage the situation right now.
Sometimes I'm like, I've been cool for too long. It's time to get a little crazy.
Yeah, it's time to self-sabotage this. That's because we didn't feel like we deserved to have it. So because we didn't feel like we deserved to have it, there's that psychological demon in the back of our minds. Yo, it's time. Yo, it's about that time for you to sabotage us. You know what? Real. You are too happy right now.
That was so
Life is going too good right now.
I felt like that.
I'm telling you, man. And every time you think you're in a good place and you look up in the rearview mirror, there's that demon behind you, like, yo, we about to self-sabotage today?
Oh my gosh, that's so real.
Yeah, man. And I always want to be real with my people, with people who are watching, about who I am. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I am all these things, like the people, the person that cares about everybody, the person that loves everybody, the person that loves kids, the person that wants to be the best, the person that is a huge believer in God, and my faith is so strong. But I also am the person that is constantly trying not to fall on my face every day, because it's so easy to self-sabotage, and I keep on like fighting the demons away, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's so hard, man. Yeah. It is so hard, because, oh man, it's so easy, especially for you as a female, right? I bet it's so easy to be like, you know what? I might just go on OnlyFans and just, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
do my thing on Only. It's the easy.
There's so many things you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the voice is like,
to make life easier.
Yeah, because it's so hard to just maintain sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't understand that, but.
Thank you for being transparent about that, though. Like, even somebody like you, at the level that you are, still has to fight to straight and narrow.
Yeah,
you
I gotta
know?
fight every day.
Yeah. The
I gotta
temptations
fight every
and things.
day, man. I'm grateful too.
But you show up every day. That's the difference.
Yeah, I do. I show up
is.
every day, and I'm so grateful to have Tasha by my side to help me.
Shout out to Tasha.
Yeah,
What's up,
Tasha's
girl?
a real one, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yo,
Ride or die.
She's a real one. Like that
Oh.
girl, shit, man. She's so real. Like I do not deserve her. She's such she's such a real one. Like
I love that.
Like man, there's times when I'm in fight camp, and you know how it is when you've been and you come home just moody at the world.
And you always take it out on the closest
always
person.
take it out, yeah. And she will be my punching bag, and she understands. Like, you know what? After he gets done, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And
so you got 4 more weeks, motherfucker.
Yeah. Or even that night, we're laying in bed, and she'll just, she'll come and be like, "Look, like I know you're going through it, but you just ease up a little bit." And I'll be like, "Damn, you know what, Tasha, you're right. I apologize. I always apologize.
Yeah.
And that's the thing."
Yeah.
So she's a real one because she's been through my bullshit, man.
It is not easy to be the fighter. It's not easy to be with the fighter. It's not easy to be with the fighter at your caliber. There's levels to all of it. There's levels to the fight game, even on the two for the partner as well.
And just, I love that you said that, for the partner. I think that's the problem a lot of times. Everybody wants a perfect relationship. There's no perfect relationships.
No.
Ain't nobody trying to have fights at 3 a.m. in the morning. Like, I'm trying to have a fight at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know that it's going to be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be fine. Everybody's like, they have that first fight, and it's like, you know what?
If you ain't fighting, then you ain't loving.
You ain't loving. It's true.
That passion and that tension, there's going to be fights, period.
Yes. And a person that understands that, you know what, Destiny, you are in your career right now, and I'm secure with that. I'm secure with you being having more clout than me. Yeah. I'm secure with you having more money than me. I'm secure with you being, up here, and I'm fine with being down here. I'm going to support you.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from.
And that's
the problem today.
That's exactly. It's the problem. It's hard to find.
Yeah.
Very hard to find.
Yeah, man. The person
if you got it, you're lucky. Yeah.
That can lift you up, man, above themselves. You know what I mean?
And pick you up if you're up here and any type of thing that you're doing, whether it's a sport or a business or something, whenever you're up here, it's a long drop.
It's a long.
So when things can go bad, it's a long drop, and you need to hope that the person that's down there is
ready to catch you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good ass podcast.
I don't know. We've been having fun. We've been doing this. How long have we been on now, Austin?
Hour 20.
I
Felt
knew
like 20.
I knew we were gonna chop it up though. I knew we was going to. Okay, Ode, tell me right now, where are you in your life right now, mentally and professionally?
Yo, I'm in the best place mentally. It's funny because professionally, I'm not too sure, honestly, because my career, I'm literally in the thick of it where I can go this way or I could go this way. Not many people realize when they're at that pinnacle points in their life where your career could go either way. And I understand right now that is where I am. I'm at that pinnacle point in my life right now where my career could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway. And I just have to be mentally strong and have all the right people around me, the Deweys, the Tashas, the God, you know what I mean? Because that's everything. I think the biggest lie that we can ever tell ourselves is that we've done too much bad to be forgiven to God and for him to love us. That's the biggest lie we can tell ourselves.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because
he'll always love you as long
no
as
matter what. Yeah,
as long as you have faith. Literally, it's that easy.
Yep. And it's taken me till I'll be 34 in about a month. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. It's taken me till here now to understand that where the strength comes from, because before, when I was younger, it was like, I want to fight because I want the baddest women and the fastest cars and all the guns, and you know what I mean, I want to be like Scarface. But
young man's dreams.
But that's like pretend strength. That strength will only last so long.
Absolutely.
Now if you understand, like, man, I want to create. It was only me. I have two brothers in Jamaica. One of them died recently.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. But it's only me. I don't have any other siblings here in America. And I understand that I want to build a legacy. I keep saying this. I don't want to be another statistic. I want to be somebody that everybody can look back on and be like, you know what? I don't know what it is about Ode Osbourne, but you know, I think it's God.
Yeah.
I want people to look back and just.
I love that.
Yeah, just see that I was faith. You know, when they look at me, they see God. You know.
Yeah.
And so right now in my career, you're
a reflection of
God.
God.
Yeah. And I'm in such a good mental space. I'm in a great mental space.
I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel the energy.
Really good. It's so good. Peace. And I think how you fight is how you're living too. You know?
So true. That's so true.
Yeah, it really is. You know, I fought Steve Urseg on 10 days notice because I was in a great mental place. I was like, yeah, I can do this.
Good for you. Know,
Tom living.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Thank you for that.
Of course. I'm glad. It's great that you're able to recognize, like you said, you're in a pivotal place in your career, you know. That's a large advantage for you.
Yeah.
You know, being able to recognize that. It really is. Because you kind of have control.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I do. And it's a small balance for me between creating such a fire that can just burn everything, but also being humble to where I know that I'm not better than anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's that fine line of it's like containing this ball of energy and fire that I have. Because I don't want to be the guy that has all the ego, you know, because that will snap me in half like a twig.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to be humble and just sit on that fire.
You don't want to wear that ego on your sleeve like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
I love it. Awesome, Ode. I do have a couple funny questions I want to jump into. But before, we throw me them snacks we got, Austin.
Oh, we got snacks?
You wanted some spicy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. We went Takis.
Yo, these are my students' favorite
And I got the blue too. We're going to do a little taste test.
Little taste test? All right, yep. Go ahead.
Because I've never had the blue. We got Takis, y'all.
I've never
blue
had
and
the
red.
blue either. Blue Heat.
Blue Heat. A lot of red dye 40 here.
All of the red dye 40.
Did you see that they're going to start making hot Cheetos? They're taking out the red dye 40, so they're like yellow now, like just regular corn color.
Huh.
So they're going to be like cleaner, kind of.
Look, hot Cheetos are never going to be clean.
But don't change.
But I'm still gonna eat them.
Me too. Don't change the. I feel like I'm not gonna like them as much without the color.
It's true. It's the dye that makes them good.
Yeah, you need to have the red fingers. Or what are you doing?
Oh,
are they good?
Okay.
Are they hot?
My hot level is crazy, so no.
Let me see.
But
all right, blue.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Are they good?
I don't even want to know what that blue dye.
Ooh. I think I like these more.
These are good too. My students love these. They love them so much, I would use them as a
bribery
bargaining chip.
Okay, I'm rocking with blue. Blue corner.
Blue corner? All right, I might have to go red corner then.
All right.
Blue corner's hitting.
All right, guys. Questions right here. Ode, what kind of dog is the dog that is inside of you?
Everybody's gonna say pit bull. Everybody's gonna be like, I'm a pit bull. But I don't know. I feel like I would say a husky.
Okay.
I feel like, a husky because they're closest to wolves,
but they're also very calm.
Yeah, they're calm.
They have like a calm aura almost.
Yeah,
I like that.
They need, a pack almost. They work better in a pack with like sleds and things like that.
Right. Okay.
But I would say a husky mainly because they're more calculated, I guess.
That's actually true.
Pitbull is like super aggressive a lot. They
reactive as fuck.
They're reactive.
Yes. They're like spazzy.
Yeah.
they're like that white belt that comes in and just wants to go crazy.
Right.
All right. Husky it is. Okay. What's the weirdest DM you've gotten?
I've got some. I got some.
I know
weird
you've
ones.
had some weird ones. I'm sure.
Man, I got such weird ones that all of the weird ones seem normal now. But I always get DMs of people telling me how to fight. Those are the funniest ones. People telling me how to fight and the moves I should do.
Of course.
In fighting.
And then you go there, picture, and it's like a fat guy on the couch.
But I think someone offered to pay for my jock strap.
Oh. How much we talking? I'm just kidding.
It wasn't enough.
Not enough.
It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough.
All right.
It's always paying for things that are sweaty items.
Yeah.
Those are the weird ones.
Those are
the weird ones,
bro.
man. You always want to pay for some sweaty items.
Weird,
I'm like,
bro.
Imagine being a woman though. Like, imagine. Yo.
Shit. Put a pretty penny on there and y'all might get some.
Right. I'm telling you, man. Look, the price is right.
The price is right.
The price is right.
Yes. Okay. If you could pick your opponent's walkout song, what would it be?
I think it's Napoleon Dynamite. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Da-na-na, da-na-na,
No, yeah.
da-na-na. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I think it'd be that one for sure.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Okay, last one. What's one thing about you fans would never guess?
I think a lot of people wouldn't guess that I was an assistant teacher if I didn't. Well, it's on my profile, so they see that. But they would never guess that I know how to speak perfect patois, like Jamaican patois.
Yeah?
Because I speak so proper. Yeah, they would never guess.
Can you say something for us? Like
course.
say like thank you for having me on your show, Destiny. In the corner with Destiny McCubbin.
Destiny McCubbin, me appreciate you having me up on the show. Me really, really respect and me love you. You don't know it already. We in the corner with Destiny McCubbin.
Hey, let's go. I think that's the promo. That's the promo. We always do a promo at the end. I think that's it.
Let's
Period.
go,
Period. All right, Ode. This has been awesome. Seriously, one of the funnest I've had in a minute. So thank you so much. You killed it. I knew we were gonna chop it up. I was like, it's like this is my boy. So I knew it was gonna be great. Please go ahead, let the people know, your fans, everybody, where they can follow you, and give a shout out to your sponsors and your team and everybody that's been rocking with you too.
Well, I keep it super easy for everybody. I made sure that was one of the things when I first started my career. And for all you new fighters that are coming up and you're not big on social media, if you don't have a lot of social media and you only have Instagram, make your email address, your Instagram, your Twitter, everything, your first and last name, just straight across the board, or your fight name. You know, so everything is my first and last name, Ode Osbourne. Instagram, on X, on LinkedIn. I'm big on LinkedIn as well. I love LinkedIn.
Yes. Yeah.
LinkedIn
Great
is
for
like,
networking.
Yeah, I love LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But yeah, YouTube, I make everything across the board, Ode Osbourne.
All right, cool. There you have it. Well, from the Octagon to helping build up the next generation to cigars. Don't forget, guys, Triumph Cigars.
TriumphCigars.com.
Cyber Monday. That's next Monday, December 1st. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hopefully we got a McCubbin cigar here soon.
Oh, trust me, I see it. I do see it.
We do.
I see it.
Yes. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ode.
Thank
You're
you
the
for
best.
having me, man. I appreciate
My
you,
guy.
Destiny.
Love you.
Ah.
All right, guys. This is In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin. Real fighters, real stories, real talk. We'll see you next round.